Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn the difference between place order and place smart order in OpenAlgo. So I already logged into OpenAlgo here and I'm going to demonstrate using an Bruno tool. So Bruno is something very similar to Postman to test the APIs. So we have this place order API which does a post request, and you know that most of the APIs in OpenAlgo does the post request except few, right? So I'm having a post request here. I'm gonna send it to my local OpenAlgo. So OpenAlgo is running at 127.0.0.1:5000. So I'm gonna send a place order. So if you know where I can get this endpoint URL, you can always go to the documentation. I'm gonna open the documentation over here. If you go to the docs, right, you can see this place order under API documentation. We have this version 1. Under version 1, we have this order API. Under order API, we'll be able to see all types of order API over here. So first we will go and try with this simple place order. What is going to happen? It's a plain vanilla place order, right? So which has an endpoint URL, and that endpoint URL, if I'm going to run it in my local host, this is the endpoint URL I have to use. Whereas if I'm going to use my custom domain, I have to use something like this, right? Maybe let's say demo.openalgo.in /API v1 place order. So now I'm going to take this sample request over here. I'm just going to copy this, right? I'll go to my body. From here I'll ensure that I'll select a JSON, and then I'm going to keep my APIs over here. Let's say this is what I'm going to paste. So it's going to ask my API key over here. That's what it is. It's going to ask. So it's asking for an your API key. So I have to go and get the API key here. First of all, let me go to OpenAlgo. From here I'll go to the API key section. I'm going to copy this API key. You can also show the API key from here, right? Show or hide. So let me copy the API key. I'll go back to Bruno, and then I'll paste the API key over here. So I'm going to send only one quantity to OpenAlgo. So let me also currently let me first place the order. So the order has been placed. If I go and see it in the order book, you can see that I'm already seeing the orders coming over here. This is like buy. I can also send a sell as well. This is plain vanilla order, right? So if I send an sell over here instead of buy, and it's going, you can see that immediately it send an sell order. So same thing, you will be able to see it in your trade book as well, and the same thing will be reflecting in your position book as well. Now what is so different about the place smart order is, right? So place smart order always looks into the position book and then it takes a decision over here. So what do I mean by that is, like, let's say I'll go to place smart order. So here is place smart order. The endpoint is here. We will be having an extra parameter over here. The extra parameter is nothing but the position size. So that's an extra parameter. Let's say I want to send an order in NSC, right? So NSC, I'll say I want to send an order in, let's say something like Yes Bank, right? So Yes Bank, I want to purchase only one quantity over here. I'm also setting the position size as 1, right? So quantity is 1. Okay, maybe let's make the quantity as like 5, and position size also like 5. So if I try to execute it, it's gonna act like a regular order. So if I'm gonna send that, let's say it's still a buy, but action doesn't plays a major role in place smart order. What plays a major role is like action combined with position size and combined with quantity is what it plays a major role. So here I don't have any open position as of now in Yes Bank as of now. So if I try to execute a position over here, let's say if I try to execute this, you can see that, oh, I have to set the API key. Let me also go back and first let me set the API key over here before executing, right? I'll set the API key and then I'll try to execute over here. You can see that the order got punched. So when the order is getting punched, first it checks the internal position and then it is placing the order over here, right? So which means right now if I try to refresh the page here, you can see that Yes Bank is having now 5 quantity over here. So which means if I go to the order book, you can see that Yes Bank is fired, like total 5 quantity has been fired. But now the best part here is if I'm going to change the position size from +5 to -5, see that the action is still buy, but I'm setting the position size to -5 over here. You know what happens? It retrieves the position book and then it checks what is the position currently. Current open position is like 5. The 5 it will convert to -5, which means it has to sell 10 quantities. See that it's gonna happen. If now we can see that it is selling 10 quantities over here, which means my new position will be -5 over here. So I can set what are the position I want. Maybe if I want, let's say, I want to go like -15, it will set my position to -15 over here. You can see that now. Let me try to refresh the position book over here. It's getting -15, which means it has added another 10 more on the sell side, right? I can bring it to -3. If I want to bring from -15 to -3, what it has to happen? It should buy 12 quantities, right? So that is what's going to happen. You can see that it buys 12 quantities, which means my new position book will be matching my position book. That's what it is happening over here, -3. Okay, so what if I want to close all the open position? What I have to send is like I have to send, usually I'll be sending quantity as 0 and position size also I'll set it to 0. So any position size that you're going to set as 0 over here, it will close all the open position. So now the open position is completely got squared off. So if I want to square off any quantity, what I'll do is simply I'll set the quantity as 0 and position size also I will make it as 0. That will completely exit the open position. See that the position size completely got back to 0, which means the quantity, what are the quantity which was open? We had like 3 position which was open on the short side, that would have been got bought over here. So we bought 3 quantities over here, right? Now, what is also you need to know here is, let's say if I want to run some sort of a long exit kind of strategies. So what you can do is like probably you can set the quantity. Let's say I'm just setting the quantity as like 10. And position size, I will keep it as 0 itself. Now, if I try to execute for the first time, you know what is going to happen, I'll tell you. If I try to execute for the first time, currently there are no open positions, right? There is no open positions at all. So if I try to execute for the first time, since there is no open position in my system, there is also no open positions in the quantity also. The position size here also we are setting as 0 and the quantity we are sending as 10. If I try to execute it, it will try to execute as like +10. You see that it takes like, I have to refresh the page here. Yeah, it is executing like +10. Now if I execute the same time again, right, it will try to bring down the position size to 0. Right? So first time when there is no open position, quantity will be taken care. Second time, if already position is there, it will try to set the open position to 0 back again. Right? It'll get back to 0. Maybe I have to refresh the page again here. Yeah, it got back to 0 over here. So which means it is trying to buy first time when there is no open position, quantity is getting executed. When there is a position size is there, it will try to match the open position. Right? So right now what is happening, right? Right now if I don't have any open position, right? So if I try to execute again, what will happen? Yes, exactly. Again, there is no open position here. There is also no open position here as well, which means if I try to execute again, it will try to match the open position. It will try to execute the quantity again. Let's try one more time. It should be buying 10 quantity, right? Let me refresh the page. Yeah, you can see that 10 is there. And again, I'm gonna set it back to 0 here. This is 10 and then position size is 0. So same thing I'm executing over here, which you can see that it's getting back to 0 again, right? So right now there are no open position. And one another thing that you also gonna see here is, if my position, let's say I'm gonna set my quantity as like -3, which means it's gonna open a short irrespective of whatever is the action. Action can be buy, action can be sell. There is no open position. I'm just trying to execute for the first time. So if 0 is there, it will try to match the quantity. Right now we are having -3 itself. So it will directly try to sell -3 quantity over here, right? So if I try to sell it, it will try to sell -3 quantity. So let me refresh. Yeah, it goes to -3 over here, right? And what if I try to execute again? Already -3 is there, here also -3, there also -3. If I try to execute one more time, it will say no position already matched, so no action is taken. So no action will be taken over here in this instance. Okay, what if I want to square off? Very simple. Again, we have to fire 0 and 0. So quantity is 0. Position value also you take it as 0. And it, listen carefully, it always checks the position book and then it executes the activity. So means it will be like there will be two API calls will be involved over here. One is calling the position book, fetching the position book data, reading the net quantity, and then it takes the decision what needs to be done. That's what PlaceSmartOrder is all about. So I hope you got clarified what is the major difference between PlaceOrder and PlaceSmartOrder. So PlaceSmartOrder plays a major role when it comes to building smart execution systems, right? So it's slightly, I would say like it is slightly time consuming compared to PlaceOrder. So if PlaceOrder is going to have one API call, here we're going to have two simultaneous API call over here, right? So yeah, so which is more faster if you ask me, PlaceOrder. Which is more smarter if you ask me, PlaceSmartOrder. I hope that clarifies it. So we'll see you in at another session with more interesting content. Thank you.